It's Wednesday, and tonight is the Contrarians live stream. The topic tonight, albums with great back covers. I'm here, Martin's here, the panel's here, and we want to hear from you. So without any further ado, let's get this one started. Holy crap. Hey, it's Wednesday. Welcome, everybody. And tonight, we have yet another panel discussion. Tonight, we are looking at albums with great back covers. So, in the chat room is open. We want to hear from you tonight. So, I want to welcome Peter Kerr and Jamie Laszlo. They were here last week. And, of course, Martin's here. So, hey, without any further ado, let's get started. So, tonight, let's just start off with Peter Kerr and get his takes. And like I said, welcome everybody in the chat. We will get to you. So all right, Peter, let's hear it.
Okay, well, my first pick is Iron Maiden. So, with the exception of a few albums, have Iron Maiden ever done a bad front cover or a back cover? I'm going to pick Somewhere in Time. So I think we're all aware of this wonderful album cover. It's just got so much detail. And this is one that I bought in the day and literally got the magnifying glass because there's all these little, just fantastic little drawings. It's superb. But the back cover is maybe not quite as good, but yeah, it's not that far. It's just so detailed. Right. So loosely based on the Ridley Scott movie Blade Runner, you've got the pyramid in the background, and you've got the lads there, and references to English soccer, West Ham 7. That's Steve Harris's favorite soccer team, and then you've got the movies, and it's just so detailed. It's just a wonderful album cover, and I simply I must have just spent hours just perusing all the detail and the graphics on this album cover. But I think this comes into the category of this show. It's a very worthy candidate for a great back cover, and that's my pick off Somewhere in Time. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, I got my big cyborg.
Yeah, there we go.
Thank God.
Yeah.
All right, Martin, what you got?
Okay, so my first one, I went with Bluish Cultosaurus erectus, and I've got a theme here which allows me to cheat into very quick honorable mentions. But the idea here is, so the front cover, you've got this illustration, right? But on the back, you've got photography, and a little bit of illustration, but you've got photography about what a Cultosaurus erectus is. You've got a shot of what the eggs look like of this beast. And then what is that again? Yeah, so that's a skull down there. And you've got another illustration of what it looks like. And you've got figure A, unfertilized egg from female Cultosaurus erectus, facsimile found in the Stock Forest near Oyster Bay. So they were called Stock Forest Group at one point. Long Island, New York, that's where they're from. Photo courtesy of New York Museum of Disbustology. They got a song called Seven Screaming Disbusters. Cultosaurus erectus discovered by Professor Victor von Perlman, their manager, near Stony Brook. Photo courtesy the Underbelly Institute. Figure C artist rendering of Cultosaurus erectus from the skeletal remains found near Osaka, Mexico. They were also called Osaka at one point. Thought to be a distant relative of the horn-swooped bungo pony, which is mentioned elsewhere in their lyrics as well. So the theme here is, you've got a front cover like that, and then literally showing you that it's real. With photography. And I thought this was kind of cool that Blue Oyster Cult also had this album cover, which is a beautiful illustration of a live album. And on the back, you get photography showing that that locale, in fact, is real. And then if I'm going to get really deep on you, we've got a Barney Bubbles for Damned, Music for Pleasure. So you've got illustration by Barney Bubbles, but then you've got photography of kind of the same thing that is on the front. So pictures, double exposure pictures, photography, and this is actually meant to look like their faces as well. So illustration, photography. So there's my first choice, plus a couple honorable mentions.
Cool. Excellent.
Nice.
All right, Mr. Laszlo, what you got?
All right. First of all, I was going to say I always like the back cover of Club Ninja with that space knight throw in the weapon that looks like the symbol. I got a lot of clutter here with my first pick because she's my girl. So I'm going to go and get her out of the way. First of all, I'm going to go with God. Here's my CD of Pat Benatar, In the Heat of the Night. There is my first cassette I bought as a kid, wore it out, so I had to get a second cassette. Then I got the CD. Then I bought it on vinyl when vinyl became big about 10 years ago. But then I said, oh, this one has a hype sticker, so I need to get the one with the hype sticker. And then I found one from Argentina with Spanish all over it, so I got to get the one with Argentina, right, from Argentina. And then you got the original master recording that's supposed to sound best, so I got to get that one. So I have many copies of this album. And I was going to go, I thought at first, with Crimes of Passion, because I was a dumb little 12-year-old. Just getting it, I was a late bloomer, just getting into popular music, right? And I used to stare at the back of Crimes of Passion. First of all, as an adult, I love it because it shows they're a band, not just one chick. But when I was a dumb little 12-year-old, I remember I would go to Kmart and look at this before I owned it. I said, oh. Now remember, I'm a dumb 12-year-old. I bet they all get to see her naked. Like they get to walk in a room and get to see her naked one at a time. That's how it works, right? Stupid kid. But I am going with the back of this one with her just kind of being hot by the window. And it's also on the back of the single for Heartbreaker. And what's weird is you would think this is the same window in Heater, but it's not. This is a double window. This is a single window. I always heard this was her apartment. Obviously, I guess this isn't. I wish it was my apartment, though. But that means I would have had been working at 9 years old and holding a job and paying rent. And I don't think I could do that. So that's my first pick. My girl pick.
Very cool.
Jamie, I might have asked you this before, but do you have the promo poster for Crimes of Passion?
No, but you know the first time I ever saw it was in the background during a WKRP in Cincinnati episode. It was behind Johnny Fever. And I said, I want that poster. And I've been looking for one. You can get them. They're not cheap. But
yeah, I remember seeing them at a record store when I was a kid. And I was
on the
young boy. Yeah, that one. I don't think she'd like that.
Yeah. No, and she doesn't. She doesn't like this one because on the promo poster, they took away the straps to make her look topless, and she got pissed.
Yeah.
Interesting. Just to chime in, we've got Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath's mentioned. That's a great back cover.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Almost
Death Scene on that. Unfinished Music #1. Rich Alderson's mentioning Two Virgins by John and Yoko as a great back cover. Jamie has stalker tendencies on Benatar.
We already know that, though. We do know that.
I saw it scrolled by, but Moodley mentioned the back cover of Scorpion's Love Drive, which is really nice with the couple smiling, like, "Hey, you're now in on the joke," right? Kind of thing. That was a really cool back cover, definitely. So it's Grant's turn.
Okay, here we go. Let me switch gears. All right, kids. I'm going to go with the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper because there's a lot of firsts on here. Of course, this is considered a concept record, but the cover was designed by, well, I'm not exactly sure who. Michael Cooper did the photography as the front, but this is one of the first because this is the first time lyrics to an album were ever printed on the back cover.
True
I don't know, but when I was a kid and I was Beatle crazy, I just loved this for some reason. It's simplistic, but then you could sit here and just go through all the lyrics. But this is a first.
I can't think of another album that does it.
This is
Was it also the last?
That I don't know, but I know it was the first. So it's iconic. What can I say? Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
All right, Peter Kerr.
Okay, I'm going to go with the band Journey and Frontiers. So the front cover of this album looks like a Fritz Lang movie, Metropolis. You've got this, sort of half robot, half humanoid. But I find the back cover of this so much more interesting. It looks like they're in a parachuting in an aerodome and they're having a lot of fun. And considering the time and effort and expense that the record company did in putting that photo shoot together, I think that's much more a compelling and vibrant album cover for Journey than this. So this is sort of like in the stock standard Journey, sort of drawings. But to me, I think this is much more interesting. And that's my pick, Journey Frontiers. My opinion, that should have been the album cover.
Cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Right on.
All right, Martin.
Okay, so next I'm going with Tubes Young and Rich. So there's your front cover. Love the tubes, and the back cover looks like that. What an amazing band shot, eh? Look how glamorous and cool those guys look, eh? That's just beautiful, beautiful photography, right? Just getting everybody right. You can tell they've got some makeup on, and they've got those really neat shirts. And then the songs, I always like when songs get, like a nice type style and done really big. So that's kind of cool. So my category here, to cheat a couple honorable mentions, is nice band shots on the back. So we've got New York Dolls, Too Much Too Soon. They're sitting down there looking really cool in some sort of swanky bar club thing. And then we've got Crocus Headhunter. So you got your standard heavy metal cover, but then on the back, all the guys are shown with half skulls, right?
Yeah.
Which is, it loses points for being black and white, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So there you go. 3 for 1. The theme is nice shots of the band on the back.
All right, cool. Excellent. All right, Jamie Laszlo.
All right. I'll go from my girl Pat Benatar to a different kind of wood. Songs from the Wood.
All right.
This is a very good album. I cannot tell you how much my wife hates the Songs from the Wood. Let me bring you songs from the wood. So I'm going to say about 4 years ago, I made it my ringtone. So she had to hear it all the time. But what I love about, Jethro Tull, they're always doing something kind of quirky. In the back, you have the cut stump and songs from the wood. The needles being placed on it, and it kind of looks like a record. You count the rings to see how old the tree is, blah, blah, blah. So I always thought that was kind of cool.
Nice.
Songs from the wood. Very literal.
Beauty. Yeah.
Very good.
We've got a mention of one of those is gonna I don't have a Heat in the Street, but I got another Pat Travers. You got Flaming Lips, In a Priest Driven Ambulance, Charles Bannister, and we've got Marlon Hill, back cover of Schenker MSG. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Great photo of the band. William Walker mentions Magician's Birthday has a kangaroo on the back. Yeah. Early Roger Dean, Kangaroo. Led Zeppelin Presence, got the back cover almost as cool as the front cover. Santa Shot Down in Flames. Can't remember what the back cover looks like. I'm picturing the front cover right now. Let us know in the comments what that back cover is, D Rocker. And we've got Seventh Son back cover. You've got Eddie crashing through a glacier. So, all right, great.
All right, cool. Here we go. All right, kids. Well, my next one, I wasn't very happy with the choices I had made, so I kind of reevaluated it. And I just went through my records and I pulled out one and I thought, well, this is an awfully great cover. So I have to mention it's not in any list if you look on the internet, but it's a great cover. And this artist, I don't think takes himself very seriously, but we're going to go with Thomas Dolby. Aliens Ate My Buick. Nice. But I think the front cover is great. I don't think this record's as hot as what Thomas had done previously, but I think it's great artwork. It's laid out nice. And the back cover is great because it shows Thomas Dolby getting his food and his car's been zapped by a spaceship. I don't know. I think it's just funny. I think it's great when these artists don't take themselves seriously, but I think it's I love the whole concept. I think it's great.
The front that's a great pick poster. And then the back is like you're at the movie. So the movie poster you see as you walk in or drive in, and then there you are at the movie.
Nice.
So
I think that's his best album, Grant.
Do you really?
Yep, I think it is.
All right. There you go, kids. Peter Kerr likes it. So there you go. Thomas Dolby.
Nice.
Peter Kerr,
All right.
Go for it.
Blue Oyster Cult. It's getting picked up a bit in this show. So I'm going to do mirrors. So we're all familiar with, you're looking in the rear vision mirror and you can see the word mirrors. But I found the back cover much more interesting. Great Orbs of Fire. What is that?
I don't know, Peter Kerr. I don't know.
Yeah.
Look, they always do an interesting back cover, and I thought for the purpose of this show, I've got to highlight that. And I just think it's fun. I think it's got a bit of sense of humor in it. But anyway, mirrors,
Nice.
Blue Oyster Cult, and that's picking up the theme.
Yeah.
There you go.
What if that would have been the front cover?
May have not sold as well.
Because it wasn't that great a front cover, that's for sure. But William Walker's mentioning Heavy Load, Death or Glory, absolutely wicked. Rush 2112 back cover, that's where they're in their, their fancy robes. Leonard Skinner's Nothing Fancy. Sorry, I just had to put that. That's Aldebaran 4. Let's see, Parish of Rock, a few good ones from early Cheap Trick. Yeah, I don't know. Is there any? Is that a spoiler alert? Is there any Cheap Trick coming? Grant should have had something.
There's one where they have each other's faces.
Terrible. I thought,
Gary,
sure you'd have.
Joyce mentions one on. That's the one he's talking about, one-on-one. But I don't dig that at all.
Yeah, Captain Beefheart Trout Mask replica mentioned. Sweet Fanny Adams. All right, my choice. I'm gonna go with another good theme here. A pretty interesting theme one. So my choice is Ted Nugent Cat Scratch Fever, which when you go over to the back, you get the gal scratching him, right? So that's the punchline to the joke. There he is looking, oh, I just got scratched, and there's the proof, right? So that's kind of cool. And then to cheat my theme, I've got some other front cover, back cover jokes. So there you've got your Pat Travers Hot Shot. Might have shown this one before, but there we go with there he is in front of the old car with his booze in a bag. And then Pat Travers again, you got putting it straight where he's auditioning there. And then on the back, the office is all blown apart from the volume. And then, of course, the famous budgie one that fits this, which is the cat after the budgie. And then you turn it over and it was the big budgie carrying away the cat. So there you go. Punchline back covers.
I must say that those Pat Travers covers were great.
Yeah.
So creative. Great stuff. Oh, I knew I had another one I was going to pick. Oh, crap. Maybe I can come up at the end because it's so great. Just popped into my head. Okay, Jamie Laszlo, go ahead.
All right, let me throw in another punchline back cover real quick on the fly.
Okay.
Gentle Giant, acquiring the taste, get your mind out of the gutter. It's a peach.
Nice.
Great cover, though.
Yes. Is that what you were thinking of?
No.
Okay.
No. But Martin made me think of something. Maybe I can get it together. I don't know.
I'm going to go with my favorite Rolling Stones album. I think it's Martin's favorite Rolling Stones album as well. It just screams 70s too.
Mm-hmm.
Some Girls.
Yeah.
I love the cover and I love the back cover. They work in the song titles on the front. You really got to look hard to see them on front, but they work them in really nice on the back. And it looks like, a GC Murphy's kind of ad, for bras.
Murphy's.
And then, is that the name of that store?
Yeah, Murphy's.
Years ago.
Yeah.
With the wooden floor and it creaked in there.
Yes. You could go. It had a diner in there too.
Yes, it sure did. And I just think it's really well done, and I love how they work the song titles into it. So I'm going with Some Girls.
Great, nice one,
great one.
Nice one.
Right.
Boy, we got Brand X, Unorthodox Behavior from Unchained Trooper. William Walker, can't even tell what's on the back of Quartz, self-titled. Yeah, that comes with a couple different covers. Number of the Beast has not been mentioned. Scorpions Love Drive. Yeah, that was mentioned. Nazareth Hair, the dog, with good continuation of that spooky thing. William Walker also mentions Killing Machine. Great back cover shot. Yeah, my favorite picture of Rob Halford ever is on that. The drunken pirate picture, I call it. Styx Grand Illusion, them in the forest trees. Yeah, that one came up earlier. Bluish Cult Specters. Yeah, that is a great back cover because I love the front cover. It's kind of the same thing with just a slightly different showing. So yeah,
I love it.
All right, Grant.
All right, here we go. Here we go, kids. Let me find it. Okay, here we go. This is one that pulled later because I thought, I don't know, I wasn't happy with what I had chosen, but I'm much happier now. And I'm going to go with Cream, Disraeli Gears. I mean, if you're thinking 1967 and psychedelia, give me something more psychedelic. This is way more psychedelic than Pepper. I mean, this is like full tilt. And then you look at the back with the collage and the eyeball and the illustration. Holy crap. I think it's, yes. I don't know. This could have been the front cover too. In fact, I think this might have been the front cover in some, like in South Africa or somewhere like that. I'm not sure, but this album is just nuts. It's absolutely crazy, but I think it's absolutely brilliant. I think if you think 1967, this is what I think. This record right here.
Very cool. Very cool.
All right. What you got, Peter?
Okay. So I'm going to do Rick James. So we're all aware of the Mr. Funk Miser.
Yeah.
That's the front cover, Rick James. But you look at, the whole Rick James story and you think, well, that's a little bit sedate. He's just standing in front of a street pole with his bass guitar. We want to see some action with Rick James. And this looks like it's a more befitting Rick James cover. And this is the Rick James we know, in trouble with the fuzz. And you don't know what's going to happen next.
Well, he's going to pull out some cocaine.
That should have been the album cover for Rick James on Street Songs. And that's my pick.
Nice.
Sedate Rick. Under arrest, Rick.
And Peter, Rick had some other great album covers too. Some of them we probably you could never get away with them now.
Yeah.
In today's society, they would
rated R.
Rated R. All right, cool, excellent.
We've got to mention a Wings Band on the Run, Bark at the Moon. I always love the first Ozzy back cover. That's a really cool picture of Ozzy with him standing there in front of the band. That's a really neat one. I always like that. Badfinger, Wish You Were Here. William asked, any great Gillan back covers? No, I checked. They're all lousy. I was going to try to pull one out. We've got Ayers, Kale Eno. We've got Dio, Lock Up the Wolves. All right, so my next one here, I'm gonna probably I'm risking the fragility. My theme isn't so great here for my honorable mentions, but I'll try to squeeze it in and be quick. But the Jam, Setting Suns, love the Jam, love this band. And what I like about the back cover is you've got this great front cover here, and the back cover. Grant, can you get rid of the words there?
Oh, wait a minute, hold on.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, sorry. I thought I did.
Until then. But the back cover, the back cover I've always thought could have served as a front cover. You've got this nice beach scene, very English. You've got the British Bulldog there, and you've got a beach chair with the Union Jack on it. So that could have been a good back cover. And then just on this theme of just good, totally different things that don't even really relate, we've got Accept Breaker, where they've got the flying V's, and of course the one version of Restless and Wild has those on fire. And we've got this I almost picked, the Damn Strawberries. So you've got the pig with the strawberry on its head, and then on the back he's backed into a corner, but he's stomped on most of the strawberries. So that's kind of cool. That could have gone in the punchline thing, and I almost picked this as well, just for a cool one. Back that does kind of relate. So there's your front of all these paintings of the Who guys on face dances, and then you've got the paint kit with all the paints and stuff on the back, and the songs are all along the nice oil paint tubes.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's a loose theme.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Laszlo.
Okay, real quick, a more modern band that has really cool back covers. Opeth. This is just from a couple years ago, with the whole band on the body of a centipede, and then Sorceress, where you have the evil sorceress and the poor guy below with the song titles on the spell book. So that's cool. But this one from the 80s, back in 86, I always thought this was just pretty much a work of art. Cyndi Lauper, True Colors, front cover is fine, but that back cover, man, the picture, the time they put into this picture. First of all, I love the color scheme. All the orange, and it makes the blue kind of pop out, and the blue lipstick. I love the paper dress. I love the reflection looking back at her, and then another mirror here that continues the dress from the reflection and also looks like it's being reflected from her. And then you got She's So Unusual, the first album, being reflected in a little mirror, and her there with her body slightly to the right with the legs. And there was a lot of time put into this, a lot. And that I respect it for that.
Nice.
Jamie, do you know who did the photo for that? Do you know who
No,
shot
do
that?
you?
No, I don't. But it is great.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Analog Kid mentions Van Halen Diver Down. I almost picked that too because I love that big boisterous outdoor, stage. It looks like a great live album, right? Gareth Thomas mentions Rush Exit Stage Left. That's pretty cool. Steve Polari mentions Physical Graffiti, although you could argue that the front and the back are the same. Yeah, kind of cool.
Yeah.
All die cut, right? Really nice. Sticks Man of Miracles.
Great.
I've heard that Wolf Hoffman, that's gone by. I guess I'll mention Black Sabbath Sabotage, kind of goofy, but it's endearing in a strange way. Frank Zappa, Them or Us. Yeah, that's a good back cover. Any of the 3 Down albums, says JML. Frank Zappa, Roxy, and Elsewhere we've got a mention of. Tattoo You, 1981. Yeah, a lot of great choices for sure.
Hey, D Rocker, what do you think about Serpent is Arising? That's another great cover. Just to throw that out. Cool. All right, kids, here's mine. I might not hit Cheap Trick today, but I will hit April Wine. And I'm going to talk about April Wine Power Play. Now, we know all the Canadian covers are absolutely horrid, but when they got signed to Capitol, the Capitol Art Department did their job. And not only is the front cover great, got Miles Goodwin in there inside of a video game or whatever, but the back cover screams rock and roll to me. I mean, you've got great shots of the band. You got a great shot of Jerry Mercer. Oh my God. The guitar pickups. I mean, I don't know. It just makes me think rock and roll. And I don't know. I like this cover and I've liked it ever since I first heard this record. So
nice.
I don't know. Love it.
All right, Peter, what you got?
Okay, well, keeping up the theme about back covers that have a sense of humor. So I think everyone's familiar with Survivor, Eye of the Tiger. And, you can see the band in the eyes of the tiger, which is very good. But I've always had a soft spot for the band photo at the back. And this is a band, an AOR band, trying to look mean and tough. So you've got the lead singer with the beret in the middle. And then you've got these 2 guys that are directly on left and right. They're in on the joke, having a bit of a laugh. And then you've got these 2 guys here that just look suitably really tough. This one here, he's looking at you, Grant. Look, just staring at you.
Oh, please. I felt something.
It's just,
I did feel something.
There's all symmetry there, but you've got 2 guys that are sort of in on the joke, and then you've got the henchman on the right, and he's just looking so mean and tough. And I think it's just got a lot of humor, and that's my pick.
Nice.
That covers.
There you go.
Cool.
I love it.
We got D Rocker chiming in with ZZ Top Afterburner. Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell. Yeah, I almost picked that. I remember getting that at the store and picking it up and turning it over and going, wow, this looks kind of classy, kind of different. Bill Ward looks like an Irish Terrier. I remember that was my first thought. There's your News of the World again. The Canadian First Glance, the Chevelle self-titled. Let's see. Dawkin, Beast from the East, Derek and the Dominoes, Layla. Yeah, I saw that. Someone mentioned that right at the beginning. Nina Simone at Town Hall. I've got one more quick bonus theme that I'll go through real fast. So, great live shots on the back of an album that make you go buy the album. I remember as a kid, I mean, this was an important thing to make these albums look heavy. So there's the back of Ted Nugent. And then it certainly worked for Maiden too, not like it needed any help, but you got that on the front. And if you were in any doubt, Absolute Mayhem on the back. You just knew this was going to be heavy metal. And then at the same time, with the whole new wave of British heavy metal, I thought, I feel like I showed this one before. Tigers of Pantang, great live shots of the band. Look at that. So yeah, same thing, new wave British heavy metal. You just got that extra thing that told you, yeah, this is a heavy band.
That made me want to put Survivor back up.
Oh yeah. Right. Yeah.
They're very similar. All right, cool. Was that your choice, Martin?
That's it. I think we're all done. How are we?
Are we done?
I got one more.
5 each?
No, I did 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done 4.
Oh.
And Martin, you did yours because your other one was The Damned.
I think I've done 6 or something. I don't know.
Well, you've done a lot more.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's
yeah.
okay.
More than that,
Hey, Jamie, you want to just go ahead?
Yeah. Martin, always squeezing in 52.
Martin gets all
You think he
excited
would
on
know-
these
he
shows.
thought he would know
Because
the
I come up
channel.
with a theme, right? I
like it.
rationalize it.
Yeah,
I
he
like
does
it.
5 themes.
That's
And then-
fine.
All right.
Okay.
Another newer one, Deceiver by Chemist, with the very cool angel battling the demon on the back. So there's newer ones being done that's really cool. But my last pick, I'm going to bookend these with my 2 girls
Yeah.
versus Pat Benatar
Uh-huh.
at the end. Now, look, I know Janet Jackson's a little loopy, but I don't care. I honestly don't care. I deal with it. I would deal with it. First time I ever saw this back cover of the Janet album, I think my Adam's apple actually went. Look, I think If is on this album. If is the best dance song ever recorded, ever. My friend Megan and I in the 90s, every party, every weekend, we played If, and we did the If dance. Dun, da, 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 dun, da, 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 da. The sexiest thing ever on TV is the video to If, to me. And 50th birthday was 3 years ago. Well, going to be 4 years ago pretty soon. And
Crap.
I haven't seen Megan in decades. She came up from Virginia, came to my birthday party, and we did the If dance. And love this album, love the back cover. And if you look at the CD, it's kind of like her skin tone, and you could think that that is almost like her navel, kind of there.
Nice.
I'm still a dumb 12-year-old kid. Still a dumb 12-year-old kid.
So, Jamie, was this the one that was like the, surprise? Because I thought it was Cyndi Lauper was the surprise.
No, I thought Cyndi Lauper was my more surprise one that you wouldn't think of. Look, this was harder than I thought. I went through all these albums looking at the backs of all of them yesterday. It was a lot of work. So, yeah, the Cyndi Lauper one I didn't see coming until I picked it up and said, oh, yeah, I'm going to pick
That's
this
a good one. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, excellent. Have we had anything else in the chat? Oh, look at this. Your fan. Analog Kid. You're amazing, Jamie.
It's amazing.
He is.
Saxon Strong Arm of the Law, stage shot with a hanging strat. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Joy Division, Unknown Pleasures, great front cover, too.
That's a great one.
That made our show with no text on the cover. Go watch that if you haven't seen it.
Here we go. William Walker. If Jamie ever becomes sane, we're all in trouble.
Yeah. And thank you for the donation, William. That was very nice.
Oh.
Great show, fellas. How about underappreciated songs for a topic? That's kind of vague, but we can discuss.
Yeah, thanks, William Walker.
Deep Purple.
The album cover is going to go dry soon.
Yeah.
I don't know. We still got some ideas.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
we got a
there's
few
plenty of
more.
ideas. All right, kids. My choice, I think this has got some of the greatest artwork. In fact, this whole band, once I can find it, where in the heck is it? Well, I can't find it. That's all right. This whole band has great artwork. And the cover was painted by graphic artist Ted Jones. So we're talking Klaatu Hope. Yeah, let me get it out of this. Klaatu Hope, which is a great front cover.
Yeah.
But the back cover is also great.
Wow. Yeah. Nice.
I mean, even if you looked at the first Klaatu album, great artwork with that. I could have picked anything from Klaatu, and it would have fit in just right. But I don't know. It's stunning. It's funny how much capital spent on this because the cover on this is textured. It's got, the lyrics and everything. And, for a band that's supposed to be the Beatles, maybe that's why they did it. But everyone knew it wasn't the Beatles. But I think the cover's absolutely beautiful. And this is a great record, too. So I'd highly recommend it.
Nice choice.
There you go.
Cool. Yeah. So I think that's it. We got Savoy Brown Looking In has got a mention.
I can get this on.
If you want blood, yeah, that's a good punchline one or a before and after, right? Where he's lying on the stage with the guitar sticking out of his back, right? Yeah. It's I think that's it.
Did we do it? Peter, you have anything else to add?
No.
Wow, we cranked through this episode, boys.
No, that was good. That
36
was good.
minutes.
It was a lot of work, eh? Pulling out what I did is I pulled out a bunch of vinyl and just flipped it on sitting on a chair and backwards and just flipped through them from the back, kind of to look up.
I pulled them out one at a time.
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, you guys all said this was really hard, and it really was, because I was coming across a heck of a lot of bum back covers. There's a lot of bad ones, too. And I think it gets worse in the CD age when you've got just that little bit of artwork. So they're basically saying, yeah, that was our cover one.
Well, I almost was going to mention it, but I put it in the graphics. So that's
I thought all of Grant were going to be a Cheap Trick, though. That's I'm surprised.
Well, I could have, but I don't know. There are better album covers than what Cheap Trick has. And I don't like one-on-one. I will give you that.
Well, wrap it up, boss.
All right, here we go. Well, thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody in the chat. Let me get rid of this. We'll just leave Janet up as
leave that up.
You know, what do you call that? Not a, you know what I mean? In sports, a
mulligan.
Well, I'll just go with a mulligan.
Quit while you're ahead.
And do you remember the Rolling Stone cover?
Stop talking.
I know, really.
Quit while you're ahead.
I know. I can't think. She's got me all distracted. Well, anyway, I want to thank everybody in the chat. Thanks for the dono. We love the donos. Next week, I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll have something. I want to thank everybody in the chat. I want to thank Peter Kerr, Jamie, Laszlo for coming. It's always a good time. I'm just amazed how fast we crank through this. But stay tuned. We'll do something next week. And if you'd like to be on one of these, you could. We do have the Patreon. You could join that. You could be on any of the panels. And we do have a Ko-fi. We like a cup of coffee or a brew, whatever. We're into that. And we do like donos. So until next week, I want to thank everybody for coming. We couldn't do it without you. And we love it. So, all right. We'll see you. Good night, everybody. And
see you later,
next week.
Thanks again.
Bye.